Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the last in Quills and Capes series of Summer 1X, God, I Don't Believe in You. My name is Heather Adams. I'm the playwright and director of this play. Navigating this virtual world continues to be quite the adventure, and we can't thank you all enough for joining us and keeping the arts alive throughout it all. For those of you here in the Zoom room with us, we'll be having a talk back after the show with myself and the cast. If you want to stick around, we'd love to hear your questions and what you think. Without further ado, please enjoy the show.
Mom, can we stop a minute?
You're not getting tired, are you?
Yes, I'm getting tired. We've been walking through the desert all day.
And isn't it just exhilarating?
Not exactly how I'd put it.
The wind in your hair,
Bugs in my mouth,
real earth beneath your feet,
sand in my shoes,
nothing but open sky.
sand in my socks.
It's almost the kind of place someone could have a spiritual awakening.
Uh-huh.
So, what are you thinking?
That I stink. And morning showers don't really work when you're in the desert.
You know what might do it? Sunrise. We'll have to get up earlier tomorrow.
I've seen sunrises, Mom.
Not like this.
What could be different? It's the same sun.
How can you be so unromantic?
I'm sorry, I just don't really see why we're out here.
Can't you just enjoy God's beautiful work?
Sure, if you had said, Hypatia, get the gear, we're going on a camping trip, I might have dragged my feet a little bit more, but I would be here and I would enjoy it. But when you say, Hypatia, gather the instruments, we're going to the desert so you can hear the voice of God, I'm gonna drag my feet a little bit more. At some point, you're just gonna have to accept that I am an atheist.
I will not.
Why?
It will lead you down the wrong path.
What's wrong with my path?
Your father was an atheist. See where it got him?
Cushy hotel room with his hot secretary?
Moral disgrace.
Yes, he made bad choices, but it had nothing to do with God.
Exactly. Maybe if he had brought God into the situation,
I would have had to watch, and that would be gross.
maybe he wouldn't have done it.
Christians cheat on each other all the time.
Not the good ones.
Yes, there are good people and there are bad people, and your husband was an absent father and a bit of a douchebag, but I've accepted that now. You've accepted that now, and he was always going to be a douchebag, whether or not he believed in God.
I just want you to lead a good life.
I will. I am. I'm not a douchebag.
You're still growing.
I'm not going to grow into a douchebag.
Not if you take the right steps.
Mom, if I woke up tomorrow morning and told you that I was hearing voices in the middle of the night, what would you do?
I would be proud of you.
You would very kindly suggest that I be committed to a mental institution.
I don't think
There
so.
are no voices but the ones in our heads. And those are just the result of some chemicals floating around in our brains.
You are just very stubborn.
I'm just being real.
No, you're being pessimistic.
What's so optimistic about there being a God?
To believe in God is to see the beauty of nature. It means he has a plan for the world, a way to know that it's all going to work out. There's a reason everything in the universe was designed the way it was, and everything will work towards its purpose, just like every one of us.
I disagree.
Hypatia, please.
No, things just are what they are. There is no brilliant mastermind behind it all.
See, now that's just sad.
I don't think so. I mean, Mom, you're talking to me about recreating the beauty of nature. I'm a painter. I recreate the beauty of nature every day.
You draw math.
Yes, the intersection of nature and numbers. It's beauty and rationality fitting together. It's the way I see the world, the real world. And honestly, I wish you could understand it because you're missing out.
You know, you always talk about all this science and evidence stuff, but you never actually experiment or test the issue.
How would I test this?
Try praying.
To what?
Is there anything that could make you believe?
Yes, if God came down right now and performed miracles, I would believe.
It's not faith.
You're right. I don't think faith should be made on important decisions.
But what if you go to hell?
I won't. Hell doesn't exist.
I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'm going to sleep. I would really like to be alone for a bit.
You want to be alone in our only tent at night? Okay. Weird day. Oh, God.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah, Hypatia. You believe now?
Excuse me?
You wanted proof? How's this for proof?
Ow! Who the hell are you? What is going on?
You still don't get it?
Show yourself.
Fine, if it'll make you happy. Now, look me in the eye and tell me I don't exist.
Crazy old man, how do you know my name?
I know everybody's name.
Where did you come from?
Nowhere.
Have you
Nowhere.
been stalking me?
No. Well,
I'm calling the police.
don't think they'll hear you from here.
On the phone, idiot.
With what service?
Damn it, I'm getting out of here. Mom?
Oh, please don't bring your mother into this. I really don't feel like signing autographs.
You did that.
Yes.
How
Yes.
did you do that?
Think about it. Ask a better question.
Are you some kind of wizard?
What? No.
Well, you got the whole beard and dress thing going on.
Think again. It spells dog backwards.
You're not God.
Oh no, news to me.
You can't be God.
Why not? Why not?
God's a woman, for one thing.
Says the feminist.
Okay, boomer.
I'm a little older than that.
God doesn't exist. You can't be God.
Hey, now you just said if God would come down to earth and perform miracles, you'd believe. You going back on your word?
There has to be another explanation.
Take a stab at it.
I don't know, but I'm sure if I were a scientist, I could figure it out. Or you could just tell me what is going on and who are you?
Doesn't it all make more sense if I'm just God?
Actually, for the first time, yes.
Wonderful. So you believe in me now? Oh, come on. Come on.
There are a lot of implications. I mean, just because you, this clearly kind of supernatural person, seems to be disturbingly real, does that mean that everything in the Bible is real, or is anything in the Bible real? Or are you only from the Old Testament? Like, was Jesus a real thing? Oh my God, I'm just being very ethnocentric, and you're not from the Judeo-Christian faith at all. Are there more of you? Are there just one of many, like in a polytheistic faith? Who got it right? And is there heaven and hell, or is just heaven like a purgatory thing? Do we get reincarnated? And Jesus fucking Christ, I'm talking to you like you're actually God. I mean, God, I don't believe in you.
So, there's a lot to unpack there.
This is unbelievable.
I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
Are you really God?
Yes.
Prove it.
When you were 3.5, you went into the boys' potty at your preschool and tried to pee standing up. But it didn't work out, and you had to go the rest of the day with pee streaks down your legs because you were afraid to tell anybody in case they'd call you mean names. And then you never told anyone afterwards because you were afraid they'd think you were gay. Although, I don't really see why.
Holy shit. You're God.
I'm glad we're agreed.
It's so disappointing.
It's rough being wrong, isn't it?
No, it's not that. It's just like, you look so normal. It's so boring.
What? I thought you'd like this. This is what your people imagine me as.
Well, my people are so unimaginative.
Well, don't worry. It's not as though they were right.
Okay, that's cool. So, is there really just one of you, or are there more gods?
That's a complicated question.
You, of all people, or people, is that the right word? Are you a person? Never mind. You should be able to answer it.
I am one, and there are no others like me. But I can think infinite thoughts at the same time and appear in infinite places simultaneously, as though I were many. And honestly, I'm starting to think I should have picked something else to appear as. This corporal form is a little stiff.
Why did you come to me?
You basically dared me to.
Like no one's ever done that before.
You caught me in a moment of weakness.
God has weaknesses?
More and more these days, I'm afraid.
That's fascinating. Why?
Because of you people. Because of you
Amer-
people.
Americans.
Atheists.
Oh, really?
I think so.
So what? If we all stop believing in you, you just cease to exist?
There's an existential crisis I never asked for.
Sorry, I guess.
Not your fault. I haven't exactly been forthcoming in the past few years.
Try the past 2000. God, there's 1,000 questions. No, there's a million infinite questions, and you can answer all of them. What was the beginning of the universe? Was it the Big Bang?
Maybe.
No. You don't get to be cryptic. We're being straight up here. How did the universe begin?
I mean, the Big Bang surely makes sense.
Why don't you just answer the question?
Well, it's complicated and mysterious.
God, you're talking to an atheist. I do not accept that answer.
How about you let me think about the best way to explain it for your mental capacity, and we'll circle back around to it later.
That's disgustingly patronizing, but fine. We will come back to it.
Great.
What happens when we die?
Oh,
Why are you hesitating? Like, I'm sure your all-knowing brilliance will find a way to make me understand.
no, you'll understand just fine. I'm just not sure you'll like it.
I don't care about liking it. I just want the truth.
Nothing. You decompose, you turn into dirt.
So there's no like soul that continues on somewhere?
Nope. It's really kind of cool when you think about it. The surreal feeling of the ultimate existence beyond just the physical form that can hardly be accurately described by human language is just the effect of chemicals floating around in your brain. It doesn't make that feeling any less real. In fact, it almost enhances it. It's like magic.
In what sense?
The sense that there's always a magician behind the curtain, or in this case, molecules. I think it's cooler to be the one who knows the secrets. It doesn't make the show any less spectacular.
Yeah, that's how I always thought about it too. God agrees with me. Cool.
I'm glad you're pleased.
Okay, so you're immortal, right?
I certainly seem to be.
So you've been alive a long time.
Pretty much forever.
Great. So you can tell me how the universe began.
You didn't give me time to figure out how to say it.
Okay, fine. Take your time. I got all night.
I can't tell you.
Why not?
It would blow your mind. Literally, your head would explode.
Somehow I don't believe that.
It's just too complicated.
Try me.
No,
Why?
because I don't know.
What? You know everything.
No, I don't.
What?
I don't know everything. I do not know everything. Haven't said that to a human being in ever.
So the all-knowing being whom I have consistently insisted does not exist, does exist, but doesn't know anything.
Hey, I know lots of things.
But not everything.
Correct.
How could you not know the beginning of the universe? I mean, didn't you make the universe?
Nope. Nope.
Then who did?
I don't know.
Well, where were you when it was all happening?
I wasn't there.
You were someplace else?
No, I just wasn't.
You didn't exist yet.
I guess not.
So when did you start to exist?
At some point after the universe.
And how did you just show up suddenly?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Are you okay?
Not entirely.
Okay. Do you have other questions?
Will you know the answers?
Probably. The universe thing is the big one I don't know. I can answer most anything else.
Is there life on other planets?
Except that.
Ugh.
Think Earth.
Okay. There are countless religions, many of them with countless numbers of gods. So what's actually real?
All of it, in a sense. None of it in another.
Yes, because that clears things up nicely.
You're kind of funny. You know that?
Just the way you made me.
Not exactly. I didn't make you specifically. I mean, there's only so many times you can make a person out of clay. Wait, no. You're the Adam and Eve one, right? Never mind. Bad joke. To be perfectly accurate, I didn't make any of you. The scientists got it right with all that evolution stuff.
So then what did you have to do with it?
How to put this in a way you'll understand. Think of it as though the world were a computer simulation. In the beginning, I put in all the programming for the planet, the molten lava period, the oceans, life, plants, animals, etc. And I was able to predict and tweak everything up to humans. But then your code, if you will, got so complicated. There were endless variables and it became impossible to know what would happen next. So I said, fuck it. And I pressed go. I figured when we got there, I would just sit back and watch. There's not a lot I can take credit for in modern day human society, but I think reality TV has got to be one of them. Anyway, you all took so damn long to even get through your single-celled organism phase, and during it all, I started thinking, imagining this perfect world with these beings like myself in some ways, but different because there's so many of you, and you would all talk to each other, be there for each other, help each other through hard times. You'd pursue passions and even just relax and have fun. Together, it would be this perfect society. It would be beautiful, and I would get to see it all happen.
Guess you're pretty disappointed then.
I remember the first tribe of Homo sapiens. I was amazed at the way they cared for each other, shared food with each other, protected each other, just the deep love that they held for one another. And I don't mean to fluff your ego. I'd seen other animals do the same things millions of times, but this was different because I knew that it would be the beginning of everything. And then soon enough, there were bunches of tribes, and it all started to change. People started hating each other, stealing things from each other, even killing each other. All over stupid things like, no, this piece of dirt is mine now. You can have the one across the river, and I could jump in with forces of nature. A drought here, a flood there, an earthquake in the other. But if ever I tried to make one of you do something, or stop doing something, it would backfire. Sure, maybe the one guy would go and try to make peace with the other clan, but then all of his people would call him a traitor and beat him to death. So that wasn't really working out. I wanted to help.
Help? How? Is this the whole Noah's Ark thing?
No, that never happened. People just didn't take it well when they heard about the Ice Age.
I knew it.
Besides, my goal was to help humans live in peace. Destroying them wouldn't do any good.
So what did you do?
There was this thing you all started doing. You would gather in these circles around fires and tell stories. Some would be cautionary tales, retellings of the past, warning children away from trying to hug tigers and whatnot, and others would look to the future, inspiring them with images of triumph. I just knew this would be the way to reach you. I had this idea where I could impart my supernatural wisdom in the form of morality stories to the people on Earth, and it would unify them under a common ethic, and they could all live in peace like I planned.
Religion.
Yeah.
So what,
Yeah.
you just made up a bunch of religions and gave them out to people?
That really wasn't the plan, but that's basically how it ended up.
But they all say different things.
I know.
I mean, you pit people against each other, give them different facts.
Well, that's the thing. None of them were facts.
You lied.
No, I told stories.
What's the difference?
I didn't mean for anybody to believe them. I mean, when I told the king of Egypt a story about eternal love transcending death, how was I supposed to know he'd take it so literally and start taking his servants to the grave with him?
Well, when you tell people that there are these magical beings that they're supposed to worship,
I never said anything about worship.
what do you mean?
I never asked for sacrifices. I never asked people to pray. I never wanted to be some kind of mystical king. Humans were good at learning from stories. I just wanted to teach them something. But every time I did, the humans at the top of their little societal food chain would twist my words and change it to something that served them. I never meant to encourage monarchy or sexism. I mean, on a normal day, I really am just as much a woman as I am any other kind of man.
So what? You just, when one batch of stories got too twisted, you just made up new ones somewhere else?
Essentially.
What about all the different theories on the afterlife? Did you make those up too?
Most of them, yeah. Once the ancient Egyptians got so into it, I realized that these ideas about immortality after death really got to people. At first, I tried to keep it more terrestrial, so I made the whole reincarnation thing. I mean, what better way to get people to lead moral lives than to convince them if they aren't good now, they'll be doomed to try the whole life thing again, but this time as a fruit fly. And then, humans were still being humans, and reincarnation didn't really spread past a certain area, so I tried again with heaven and hell. And actually, as I say, I realized how maybe that part was a little like lying.
Jesus.
Ooh, that one actually started as an accident.
What?
I was getting angry that my idea wasn't really working. I was putting myself out there, trying to get people to be better, and there were just some very simple things you weren't getting. So I was mad, and I accidentally set a bush on fire. And this guy happened to be walking by, and he was like, "Oh my God, it's a god." And I was like, "Well, shit. Yeah, hi." And at that point, I was just venting. I said, "Quit it with these sacrifices to all the different gods. It's not getting you anything. And damn it, I'm here doing so much for y'all. You better be nice to me and listen." I said, "First of all, take a day off. Clear your mind. We all need that sometimes. I know I do. Take care of your family. Don't forget about your parents when you grow up. Don't kill people for the love of me. Quit cheating on your spouse and any other freaky ass stuff you're doing. Don't steal things. There's a concept. Stop lying. Although, again, as I say that one now, I realize it's a bit hypocritical, but don't even think about doing these things. Don't even have the desire. Just be better." When I finally stopped, he was like, "Cool. Can you write all that down?" And I didn't think that much of it, so oops.
That's how Moses got the 10 Commandments?
No, the guy's name was Seth.
Who the hell is Seth?
He wrote down the story of Moses. He wrote down the story of Moses. You wouldn't know about him. He wasn't going to very well publish that kind of material and put his name on it. Not in those times.
So if Moses didn't receive the 10 Commandments, what did he do?
Let me be more clear. Seth made Moses up.
Moses didn't exist?
Nope. Just like Jesus.
Who made up Jesus?
Mark.
Why didn't you ever tell anybody?
It seemed a little pointless. Clearly, humans will believe what they want, and there wasn't much I could about it. Besides, when the Jesus story was spreading, I got a little more cautious with where and when I showed up in human form.
You're unbelievable.
Don't start with that again.
No, do you understand what you did? There are all these people fighting each other over a bunch of crap that you made up.
You humans made up most of it.
And you did nothing to correct us.
It was complicated.
As literally God, you couldn't find a way. You could have stopped wars.
You were fighting each other before I stepped in too. What's the difference what you were fighting about?
Certain fights can be settled, but wars of religion go on and on forever because there is no answer. There is no winning. There's no way of knowing the truth, except there is. And you've known all along. You've seen, you've known, and you've done nothing.
I tried.
You were telling lies.
Stories Stories, myths?
Bullshit, same thing.
No, they aren't. Fairy tales, fiction, morality tales, it's not lying, it's utilizing the imagination to make the world a better place.
Sure, when humans do it, when humans tell a story about a man walking on water, it's a fairy tale. When they claim it came from a god, they think it's fact.
I was trying to help.
You inspired the notion of hell. You've given people nightmares, lifelong terrors of taking one wrong step and ending up in a fiery underworld for all eternity.
And I gave them heaven, something to look forward to
When they die, you created another reason for people to glorify death because that's exactly what we needed more of.
You're not being fair.
How? You're supposed to be this all good, all powerful, all knowing being.
Stop.
No, I think you.
Stop. Fine. So I'm not this perfect God. I never wanted to be, remember? Once they all thought so much of me, what was I supposed to tell them?
The truth?
What good would that have done? What good would that have done? Think about what the truth is. Yes, I created Earth, but I don't know all the secrets to the universe. Sure, I have a supernatural ability to control elements in nature, but I can't change back time. I can't see the future. Not anymore. You humans have glorified me into the answer to all your life's problems, and you think the best thing I could do is tell you that all those answers don't really exist?
That would be better than lying.
Would it? Think about all the uncertainty. The idea of some empty world with nothing but space and stars. No one to whisper in your ear and tell you that things are going to be okay. Possibly no one around you at all. Wouldn't you prefer, Father?
Sure. Maybe, but I've still been able to admit that he isn't there.
But I am.
I see that.
I can forgive you if you want.
What?
For not believing.
I am not asking for your forgiveness.
You don't respect me at all, do you?
I respect that you could strike me down with lightning if you wanted to, but I don't think you will.
People are frightening me.
You've given them a lot to fear.
It wasn't supposed to be like that.
What was it like before Earth in the beginning?
Like I said, I don't remember the real beginning. I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know when I showed up in the timeline exactly, but there was nothing around me. I wasn't around me, really. I had no form. I could see stars and I knew what they were, but I couldn't reach them. I couldn't feel, but I knew it was cold. And there was darkness. There were small bits of light far away, but around me, there was darkness. It was all just so empty.
That's why you did it, isn't it? You were alone.
All right, don't look at me like that.
Like what?
All pitiful.
Oh, it's not pity, it's compassion. That must have been really hard.
I'm God. I'll deal.
Do you know what you are?
I'm God. I'm God.
No, that's the name we gave you. Outside of us, what are you?
I don't know.
Wow, you really did make us your image, issues and all.
My issues ain't got nothing to do with you.
Maybe not, but let me tell you, all these feelings.
I don't get feelings.
Well, now you're just lying to yourself. Everybody gets feelings. Of course, you have feelings. You have feelings of loneliness and longing and questions of identity, passion, and power struggles. It's all very human.
I'm not human.
I know, but clearly you've designed us to understand you, so can't blame me for trying.
How could you possibly understand something like me? Something so much larger than yourself.
You don't look that much bigger than me now.
A polar bear just died in the Arctic, and at the same time, a little baby was born in Tanzania. There's a strangely large ant climbing a cactus 2 miles from here, and your mother, right now, is having a sex dream about the hot guy at the grocery store. And on Sunday, she's going to confess it to the priest.
I thought you couldn't see the future.
I don't need fortune-telling powers to know she's going straight to the confessional when you get home. I mean, if you knew...
Ew, don't.
I can see everything, and I've always seen everything. But none of you, not once, has seen anything about me. Anything real. I've spent my entire existence crafting your lives. trying everything I know to make your existences more bearable. And all I ever get is people assuming, insisting I'm something that I'm not, or they insist I'm not there at all. No one ever really wants to know the truth.
There's always been people asking for the truth.
Sure, but no one who ever really wants to hear it. I told you, I've tried coming down and explaining, but they always twist my words. Or worse, they crucify me. If people really wanted the truth, they would have heard it by now.
I want the truth.
I know. I know.
What do you want us to know?
I'm tired.
Want to take a nap? There's space in the tent.
No, I'm okay. Your mom's not done dreaming.
Ew.
And it's not that kind of tired.
Unrelated question. Do you sleep?
No,
Wild.
but I don't need to. It's not like that.
I know. I get it. I do. I mean, you have such an incredible task, and everything you do keeps getting thrown back in your face. And after a while, it almost feels pointless to bother, but you can't stop because so much depends on you. It's like this endless struggle where you know you have to continue, but deep down, you just can't.
How could you understand like that?
It's like I told you, you're more human than you think, or maybe humans are more godlike. It doesn't matter. You claim to know everything, but clearly you've got a blind spot for feelings, and I don't blame you. You may get to watch everything we do, but it's not the same as being a part of it. You know, humans, we get through by learning how each other work. That's what friendship is. Have you ever had a friend?
Well,
A real friend, one who knows everything about you.
there's no one out there like me, Hypatia.
Then what the hell are we here for?
Humans can't be friends with their gods.
Bullshit. Says who?
Humans.
Don't all agree with each other.
Are you suggesting something?
God, be my friend.
That's sweet.
Don't brush me off. I'm serious.
How would that work? How would that work exactly?
First, you'd have to agree not to stalk me.
Hey, come on. It's like my main thing.
Then you'd have to agree to stay.
Stay.
The whole Christian world thinks you lived a life on Earth before. Why not give it a shot?
You would want that.
Sure, why not?
Why?
Because I think you're right. People don't absorb hard truth very well, and the fact that God himself doesn't have all the answers is a bumpy pill to swallow. I would know. But there's more to you than just being the source of answers for humans. You have your own questions that can never be answered, and no one should have to sit around thinking about all those questions by themselves. You've been alone for a longer time than I can comprehend existing. Isn't it about time that someone just whispered in your ear that everything was going to be okay?
I think I'd like that.
So it's settled then, friends.
It's not that simple.
Why not?
You're dying.
What?
Very quickly now.
God, of what?
It's like a cancer that keeps spreading and spreading.
Can doctors do anything?
There's not really a doctor for this type of thing.
I can't believe it.
I try to jump in and help, but you all keep making it worse.
Wait, what?
There's only so much I can do. At some point, the planet just won't be habitable.
Are you talking about climate change?
That's what you've chosen to call it.
God, you can't go around telling people they're dying like that. You made me think I had cancer or something.
No, you have something far worse. We're literally talking about the end of the world.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't you seem to care?
I do care. I mean, in theory, but what am I supposed to do about it?
You can help me convince everyone to start cleaning up their act. You know, in the past, I've done this thing with golden plates, and it worked out pretty well.
Don't start with the books and the commandments. You know, the people at the top who can actually do something are not going to care.
But, look, You wanted to know why I came down to you? This is it. I need your help. I don't know what story to tell. I don't know how to make people understand. And I thought maybe if someone like you, a painfully rational person, would tell people about me and tell them they'll incur my wrath if they don't step up, maybe we could really get people to change. It won't really be lying either, because they'll incur the wrath of nature in the end, even if I'm not controlling it. Hypatia, I want you to be my prophet.
You want me to what?
My entire purpose has been to help you people thrive, and now you're killing yourselves. I can't just look back and watch. I have to do something.
Can't you just patch up the ozone?
I've tried. I don't have full control anymore. Nothing I do is helping.
Yeah, join the club.
Will you help me?
God, I don't know if there's any mystical truth behind it, but I think you were right about secularists diminishing your power. If I went home and honestly told people that I saw God in the desert and he talked to me about climate change, they'd think I was crazy or that I just made it up. And even if you went around with me, performing little miracles, they'd still find a reason not to believe it. And even if they did believe it, getting the presidents and CEOs on board would be a whole other issue. God, I love that you want to help, but I just don't think this would work. And I don't really feel like spending the rest of my life on it.
So what? You're doing nothing?
No, I do things. I reduce, reuse, recycle, that whole deal. I went vegan some years ago. I ride my bike when I can. I write a passionate Facebook post every now and then. And I vote for people that actually want to change things.
It's not enough.
Enough for what?
It's not enough to save you, to save all of you.
I know.
And you're okay with that?
Of course not. Frankly, it's terrifying. I have all these dreams about.
I know.
I know you know. Shut up. I'm saying it anyway. I imagine years from now, people finding doodles in my college notebooks and reading my journals, thinking my thoughts, keeping me alive through them. I imagine being the great great grandmother in some kid's treasured scrapbook of family history, and they'll roll their eyes because I was, another artist in the family. But I'll be the first one to get out of the church and to meld science with our drawings. I'll be the one who inspired generations to be more creative, to think of all the possibilities and everything that might be out there. That kid will want to follow in their great grandmother's footsteps. Their math teachers will hate them because they'll never be able to take notes because they'll be drawing all of their notebooks and in between the numbers. But one day, while they're sitting scribbling on their textbook, they'll see something new that I never even thought of, and they'll inspire a new generation. I think about the world that my kid will live in and how it will be beautiful and loving and peaceful because the human race will have had time to evolve and work out all of its stupid, violent kinks. When they talk about the history of Earth as a year, we have barely existed for an hour. Surely we get more time than that. I remember the conversation in which I learned that my beautiful, smart, creative great-great-grandchild would probably never get the chance to exist. I was heartbroken. So yeah, I care. I do what I can. I read about it, talk about it, write about it, draw about it. But at some point you reach a limit. There's only so much that you can do about the automobile industry. And, of course, I never give up, of course. But there's only so much you can do. And it looks like the same goes for you. It's not okay to give up. It's not okay to just pretend that it's all okay, but I think it's okay to relax. And if the human race only has 80 years left, I want to enjoy it. I don't want to worry about the economy or passionless politics. I still want to find that utopia, and damn it, we just don't have that much time left. And if heaven were real, this would all be easier, but it's not. This is all we get, and we're destroying it. And if I think about that, I can't think about that. So yeah, I push it away sometimes, but if it means I get more time to enjoy what's still here, even a minute, I think that's okay.
I wish there was something I could do.
There is. You can stay and enjoy it with us. You've earned that by now, and while you're at it, you can add your voice to those of us shouting for reason. Who knows, maybe we'll win somehow.
You're very wise.
No thanks to you.
No, no thanks to me.
It's not easy being human, but we get through.
So I see.
What do you say? You gonna join us from now on?
You don't think it would be a little selfish keeping God all to yourself?
You're free to going back to being a formless consciousness floating around the earth.
But you don't mind if I stay?
Not at all.
Thank you. Thank you.
You will have to meet my mother, though, as well as many other people. I'm thinking of full integration into society.
Do you think we could just tell them I got complete amnesia? I don't remember a thing before this morning. I have no idea who I am.
Sure. You want to choose a name? You can't very well go around calling yourself God.
I hadn't thought about a name. Can you choose one?
Adam.
Fitting.
I
Fitting.
thought so.
Adam it is then.
Adam, welcome to the world. What's that light?
The sun.
How long have we been talking?
Not that long. I just got kind of excited.
When you get excited, the earth spins faster?
Oops. Think anyone will notice?
Did all the iPhones adjust the time?
Probably.
Then you're good. Wait, we can stop a second.
That's not how that works.
Mom, get up. The sun is rising.
What? I just got to sleep.
Nope, you've been sleeping all night. Come on. It's beautiful, just like you said.
Are you feeling okay?
Yes, Mom, I'm fine. I just had a bit of a realization.
Oh, Hypatia.
No, it's not like you think. I don't believe in God, not the way you do anyway, but I live in this world with you and I see all of its splendors. You're right about the sunrise. It is different out here. It's pure. There's no buildings or smoke in its way. I love you. You drive me crazy, but I do. And I don't want some little disagreement about the unanswerable questions in life to get in our way. I understand so much more about the world just from being out here for a night, and it sucks. There is nothing that is absolutely perfect and nothing that makes perfect sense. And when we let it wash all over us, all the darkness and all the light, we can truly see how beautiful it is. I love you, Mom, okay?
Thank you, sweetie. I don't know how you got all that from a sunrise, but it sounds good to me. But Patty, who's that guy?
Mom, meet Adam. He's new around here.
He's kind of foxy.
Ew, Mom, just stick to the guy from the grocery store.
What?
Nothing.
So Adam, where are you from?
No idea. I don't remember anything before this morning.
Well, you poor thing.
I found him very suddenly here in the desert.
You'll just have to stay with us until we can figure this all out.
I would like that very much.
You don't mind, Patty, do you?
Not a bit.
Then it's settled. Come on, let's take down the tent and we'll head right out of here and get you a nice cup of tea.
Come on, just because you're God doesn't mean you can get out of tent duty.
No, I wouldn't dream of it. You go. I'll be right there. I just need to look at it all for a moment.
At this time, I'd like to invite all of you in the audience to turn on your videos and show the cast your applause, and the talkback will start shortly.